What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Falato of the Big Blue Banter podcast here to break down some offensive plays in the abysmal Giants' 17-14 loss to the Atlanta Falcons. We'll start with two plays from inside the 10 that I liked, and here's the first one. We'll go over the two-point conversion quarterback power run. The Giants align in a tight, reduced bunch right here, so a lot of attention is going to be paid to Kadarius Toney, Kenny Golladay, and Colin Johnson down there. And what the Giants do is they send a fast four right here. Right before the snap, they send Saquon Barkley into the flat towards that reduced bunch, and that's going to draw the attention of this linebacker who's going to have to drop down, and then Eric Harris who's going to have to kick outside of the bunch. And nobody's going to be paying attention to Daniel Jones, Kyle Rudolph, who throws an excellent block up here and a pin-pull concept. Giants are going to pull Billy Price around, and they're going to pull Andrew Thomas. Nice pin pull, power, quarterback, power, love it. Let's run it. So you see that? See the attention paid? Daniel Jones keeps it. Boom, he runs over Grady Jarrett. That is just insane right there. Runs through Grady Jarrett, gets the two-point conversion. See the celebration from the guys. I mean, this is an awesome, tough run from Daniel Jones right here. Finishes right through a defensive lineman. I mean, I don't know what Daniel Jones was doing. He must have ate his Wheaties this morning, to be honest, because that is somebody who outweighs him by 70 pounds, 75 pounds, and Daniel Jones ran through a clear hit. It wasn't like Grady Jarrett tripped over his own feet there. This is the play before Ben Bredeson kind of trips over his own feet. Daniel Jones gets sacked on the first drive of the game, and I really like this play call, to be honest, because the Giants are going to sell a zone read type of play action, if you will. And Evan Ingram, he motions just before the snap, and he's going to come across the formation to sell like he's blocking on a split zone type of look. And then he leaks out for a pass, but a great play by Dante Fowler kind of blows this play up. You'll see it in a second. We also have Sterling Shepard releasing outside, Kenny Golladay releasing and stalk blocking to kind of clear these two defenders out. So Evan Ingram, if he were to catch this football, would really only have this safety to beat. This would have been an easy touchdown, but it was just off. Seems to be the story of the Giants. Let's run it. See, goes in. He reads this defender. Andrew Thomas chips him. Fowler does a great job getting his hands in the air. And look, he just tips it. He just tips it. The Giants almost tip passes so much so far this season. And Dante Fowler gets his hand on it. I felt like about 4 balls Atlanta knocked out of the air. And this would have been a touchdown to Evan Ingram right there. But a great individual effort by Dante Fowler. Heady play. And but look at that. If Evan Ingram catches this football, and he knows it too, catches this football, he turns. These two defenders, nah, son. These two, they're getting blocked up. So that would have been a touchdown right there for New York. Here's the throwback screen to Kadarius Toney, who's going in motion initially. On the play, we have a single high look, middle of the field closed, but Atlanta's going to drop Eric Harris to a deep half responsibility. He's also going to go into a deep half responsibility, too high, middle of the field, open defense, something Atlanta did a lot where they rotated their safeties pre to post snap. A lot of NFL defenses tend to do that to confuse young quarterbacks or to just confuse quarterbacks in general. But the Giants are out here in 12 personnel. You got 2 tight ends on this side, and we're going to have Kadarius Toney catching the ball out here off this play action boot where Daniel Jones is going to roll this direction to sell a pass because you're going to have Kenny Golladay crossing the field. Is in a reduced split inside the numbers. You're going to have another 7 type of route from Kyle Rudolph. Kane Smith also leaks out. But the play design is to Kadarius Toney over here. I like this play design. It's a play design that Dan Mullen ran a couple times from different formations to take advantage of Kadarius Toney's skill set in space. Let's roll it. Gets out there, goes into the play action. Defense pays attention to everybody flooding into this area. And you look over here, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers and 2 defenders. These two end up realizing what's happening. This guy is starting to break down and be like, uh-oh, something's going on over there with that rookie they have. And I like this play. Daniel Jones hits that foot, throws it to Toney, and he catches it. And you have 2 blockers here, but nobody taking this guy. And it's contingent on Toney then to make it miss. And Toney does a good job, man. Toney is quick. You can see it. He's electric when he has the football in his hands. Let's roll it one more time. Let's get back. Football is a game of numbers and space, and the Giants had it here. They had the numbers. They have some space. At the point of catching the football, you still have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. Will Hernandez, I don't know if he's hesitant to engage this block at this point because he's too far downfield, which wouldn't even make sense because he's still downfield. He's still ineligible. He just looks really lethargic right here. It's Will Hernandez. I mean, I get that sense from him. Like, what is that? That is not the best effort you'll ever see on a play there. He gets the ball. Nice little gain. I expect more of this. I expect the Giants to also use his ability to throw the football, because Kadarius Toney was a high school quarterback, so pay attention to that. They could throw that same play and then run a backside deep cross or a Yankee concept from a deep crosser to one side and then a deep post over the other side, and somebody may be open because the safeties are going to be distracted by the fact that the football is being thrown behind the line of scrimmage. But now we get a 3-level read here from the Giants. You're going to get Kadarius Toney with an outward stem and a deep 7 type of route, and then you're going to have Kenny Golladay with an inward stem. He's going to dip that outside shoulder and kind of replace the route a little bit and just kind of sit curl-wise with a backside cross from one of these 2 tight ends. We'll roll it. We'll see. Chip and release. Now you got a 3-level read. You have Caden Smith releasing as a check down. He's wide open on the backside of the play. But if you look here, and I like these kind of plays, you have a 3-level read with Saquon Barkley leaking out into the flat. You have Kenny Golladay on the deep curl, go figure. And then you have Kadarius Toney kind of clearing out and acting on the 7. Now you have the safety over top. Also, you see the 2 high pre-snap. What was it? Middle of the field closed look, right? Kind of. This guy's cheating back a little bit. You could definitely suggest that this guy's probably going to drop to a deep half. He does. He drops aggressively. He also drops Falcons in 2 high. But I love the 3-level read. Go into the play action. You hit your back foot. Put these defenders in conflict. These defenders have to make a decision. This guy's attention is on Saquon Barkley. His attention also on Saquon Barkley. Kenny Golladay kind of finds the void in the zone there. Sits down. You have him who bit on the play action, roboting to find any type of crosser, and then nobody's paying attention to Caden Smith down here. So you have 3 options. One of these defenders is going to make a decision, leaving another open, and it was Kenny Golladay, because it seems like a lot of people were attracted to Saquon Barkley out of the backfield here. Golladay also does a good job finding space, making a catch, shaking off a couple tacklers, and then running hard through 21, finishing strong. Love to see it. Giants come out in a 3-by-2 set, and they run a levels concept, which I'll break down here in a second, but we'll see the Falcons look like they're in some sort of man type of coverage here. If you look at everybody lined up directly over the top, you're going to have the middle linebacker here just kind of looking at Daniel Jones and looking to disrupt anybody in the middle of the field, call him a rat in the hole. We also have the single high safety, middle of the field closed safety, because the middle of the field is closed. And what we're going to get from the Giants is we're going to get a curl flat combination to the boundary here, something that Jason Garrett likes to run. Curl flat, slant flat, simplistic type of route concepts are very common in a lot of different types of playbooks. And then we're going to get a levels concept to the field. So we're going to get a deep dig from the number 3. Might not be that deep, but you know I'm not an artist. And then double ins from the number 2 and the number 1. Let's roll the play. See man coverage across the board. Daniel Jones finds Kenny Golladay on the curl. Creates enough separation even though the defender's draped all over him. You see the man coverage right there. Everybody's right on top of it. You have this apex defender flowing over the top of Kenny Galladay's release to close on the flat route. Daniel Jones does a good job holding this middle linebacker right here. As you can see, his attention goes in this direction. He's also reading the coverage and seeing what happens before he comes back to Kenny Golladay, who creates just enough separation to make that catch and fall for the first down. Here's the 38-yard bomb to C.J. Board right up here. Look at the defense. Looks again like man coverage. I love the bunch set down here. Gets a lot of eyes over here. And I love the way the Giants release off the line of scrimmage, although the Falcons play it really well. We'll see that in a second. But the Giants are up against middle of the field closed safety. So what does that mean? That means if Daniel Jones does a good enough job holding that safety in place and shading him towards the bunch, which is where his attention will more than likely be, because C.J. Board is the backside receiver, then Daniel Jones is going to have C.J. Board one-on-one against this cornerback, because you have a lot of routes breaking inward here, so this player is going to pay attention to that bunch, leaving that one-on-one matchup. And what we're going to get down here is we're going to get Evan Ingram releasing outside. The pick doesn't necessarily work, but there's going to be a delayed release from Darius Slayton, who's going to come over like that and run an in-breaking route. And then we're going to have Sterling Shepard bend through some contact here to kind of form a 2-level read right here. But obviously that doesn't end up happening because we have C.J. Board running outside and making plays for the Giants. Let's break it down. That's a beautiful pass. against the defense that the Giants love to attack. Giants love attacking, so do a lot of NFL teams. Middle of the field, closed defenses, cover one defenses when they have the one-on-one matchup. And it doesn't have to be Kenny Golladay. We haven't even seen that too often from Kenny Golladay, as we've seen in the media, I guess you could say, recently. This is C.J. Board, and Daniel Jones trusts it. And we'll see from the end zone angle how Daniel Jones, you can see it right here, actually. Look at his eyes. Boom, right in this direction. Look at the safety. He ain't going on the other side of that hash. He's just backpedaling. He's reading his eyes. He's actually opening his hips in this direction. But then Daniel Jones hits that back foot, doesn't like what he sees here, and you know what? He shouldn't, because the Falcons play it really well. 22 sticks to Darius Slayton. He doesn't get rubbed off by Evan Ingram's release, and 26 is draped all over Sterling Shepard. So Daniel Jones is trusting this one-on-one, and when he throws the football, there's only a slight leverage there by C.J. Board. If you look at C.J. Board's route, he's getting squeezed a little bit there. He's getting squeezed, but he dips that inside shoulder. He gets just enough space, and the throw is just perfect for C.J. Board right there. Let's watch it from this angle. You get to see Daniel Jones' eyes. He's reading. His pre-snap look is confirmed post-snap. Manipulates that safety. Safety isn't even the safety's just coming in the frame when C.J. Board catches it. There's no way he can obviously make a play on the ball. And if you look at that ball placement too, over the outside shoulder like that, 39 is just a bit too late. C.J. Board does an excellent job tracking this football, and he makes a great catch. And right here, we're going to see the Colin Johnson play. Similar look right here. And this is the 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, whatever it was, where Joe Judge punts at the 39-yard line. Middle of the field closed. You have one-on-one matchups here, and what you're going to get, go route, and then just an in. And the Giants here, man, if you're going to run this concept, and I get it, it's against the middle of the field closed look to defense that you like to attack vertically, and I'm all about that aggressiveness, but if you're going to run this play on 3rd and short, you should go for it on 4th down. That should be the understanding. And the fact that the Giants didn't, I mean, it just shows such a lack of courage. It's a very cowardly move, to be honest, to be frank. Usually I'm Nick. I've used that joke before on the podcast, but that is such a nice release right there from Colin Johnson. We're going to watch it again. It almost sells like a slant and go. Watch. He fires his feet. Cornerback staying square. Head fake. Shoulder fake. Knees are bent. That is a fluid athlete right there. Plants right there. Hard on the inside foot. And you can see the corner. Now his hips are opened in this direction. His hips are open in this direction. His feet are staggered. His hands are just wide. His momentum is slightly leaning forward like he's going to attack inside because that's what he anticipates. But Colin Johnson quickly explodes outside. And look at that separation difference. The difference between the separation that Colin Johnson has on this play and the separation that C.J. Board had on the previous play. There's a big difference there. Colin Johnson is in a great position to secure this football, but Daniel Jones just doesn't give him a chance. That is a bad pass from Daniel Jones, and that is on Daniel Jones, but it doesn't excuse the cowardly play calling and decision-making from this Giants coaching staff. Missed opportunity right there. Just a missed opportunity. I like this play from Daniel Jones because he doesn't get killed, and we see so many young quarterbacks get killed in similar situations, but Daniel Jones doesn't get fooled by the fact that this linebacker is disguising his blitz well, comes on the blitz. The Falcons scheme 2 versus 1 on Nate Solder, and then Daniel Jones finds his check down in Saquon Barkley. And you can see, man, this safety starts to drop down a little bit here, and that leaves the middle of the field open. And this could have been a big play if it was blocked up better or picked up by the protection, but it's a tough situation because you can see it's a vertical concept you're going to have 4 verts. And Evan Ingram realizes the middle of the field is open, so he bends his vert inward like this. Could have been a nice play, but a good solid read from Daniel Jones not to get himself killed right here. Because watch, gets the football, dumps it off, picks up a couple yards there. Because that blitz was well disguised. You get 2 versus 1. Nate Solder actually does a good job eliminating the most dangerous threat. You always eliminate the inside guy rather than the outside guy because this is a much quicker path to the quarterback than this. Even though it's, almost the same. You can see, though, if that was blocked up somehow, which, I'm not blaming the Giants' protection necessarily. Maybe pre-snap something could have been done, but it was really, really just a good play by Atlanta. Evan Ingram bending this. He's got a good amount of space right there because you have both of these players bailing deep half. But good job by Daniel Jones not to get himself killed. So I just wanted to highlight that play, and we'll watch it from the end zone angle as well. Dean Pease also does a really good job setting up this blitz to really scheme Nate Solder 2v1, because you have this 3 technique right here on Will Hernandez. He's going to slant inside. This 1 technique right here, 2 eye shade I should probably say, also slants inside. That's going to draw the attention of the center. Will Hernandez is going to have to take on this, and if Saquon Barkley's not in the protection, which he is not, then Nate Solder has both of these players coming. And you'll see that right here. Watch Daniel Jones. He realizes it really quickly. See, 2v1. Solder's like, okay, I'll go after 45, but good luck, Daniel. And Daniel Jones is like, uh-oh, get rid of that football. Pick up a couple yards, take what you can get. Really love the fact that he was able to do that. And those were all the plays I wanted to go over tonight. A lot of good. Didn't go over as many of the bad plays, which there were. A lot of mistakes. I mean, this Giants team has not been disciplined through 3 games, kind of going against what Joe Judge preaches, which is just really, really unfortunate. The morale among the fan base right now can't really get much lower, but I say that, and then I look at the schedule and I see the Saints up next, a team where the fan base hasn't been in the Superdome since Kyle Rudolph caught an overtime pass in the playoffs for a touchdown from Kirk Cousins. It's been that long. I mean, I remember that game. It seems like forever ago. And then they also have the Chiefs on their upcoming schedule, the Raiders, the Panthers, the Cowboys, and then you have Tampa Bay Buccaneers after the bye week. So it could get a lot lower, to be honest, but we're hoping that this team can kind of come together a little bit. But if you guys want to listen to some Giants content, please head on over to iTunes and Spotify. Subscribe and download the Big Blue Banter podcast, where myself and Dan Schneier break down the Giants, the X's and O's, the scheme, the how, what, and why things are happening on the football field. So please head on over, check that out, and please subscribe to this YouTube page. We're always putting content on here. It's a relatively new page. We're trying to build it a little bit. So please head on over, click that subscribe button, click like, comment, tell me if you hate my voice, my beard, I look disheveled right now, have all those things going on. So just do whatever you guys want to do. Thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourselves and be safe.